And even I think the difference is, right, and this is why I want to talk about Justin Fields today as well, because again, makes the comments, goes out there and talks about, I feel like I'm playing too robotic. I feel like I'm I'm taking in too much information. And I took it as when he said it could be coaching.
Baki said 50 to 13.
Baki's broken.
Chiefs and Justin plays well as 50 to 17.
Baki's broken, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Baki's been broken for a while.
Woo.
Yeah, Baki's been broken for a while.
But
bro.
you know what? Before when we looked at the schedule, everybody had this as a L.
Everybody, I had this as a loss before the
Everybody
season. I had us coming into this game 2-1.
We all thought
or 2-0, but I did have this as a loss coming into this game. And I don't change my thought, because you know why? Because I respect the defending champions. Listen, if you catch them sleeping, you catch them sleeping, and they're 0-2 against the NFC North. Yeah. It's a huge win for the Chicago Bears, no matter how you get it, and it feels like a step in the right direction. But realistically, right now, that's, to me, it's still on Justin Fields, and it's on Fields even more now because of the comments that he made. And the question is, can he back those comments up? Can he go out there and play freely, not play like a robot, not play like we've seen the last 3 weeks? You know what I mean? Or 2 weeks, I should say. Yeah. And it's not going to flip in one game. That's my thing. Can Justin Fields back his comments up is a long-term question, but it's not going to flip just in the Chiefs game and all of a sudden he's going to play more freely, and things that he did the entire offseason, the entire preseason, are just going to be different now. That's not how football works. This is not a Remember the Titans movie, right? If it happens that way, I would be very, very surprised, and somebody call up the camera crews, because realistically, if all of a sudden you make these comments, you start playing freely, and the Bears come out of here with a win, all of a sudden we're like, oh snap, this is amazing. And I think JT O'Sullivan said something that really stuck out to me when he was on with Sylvie and Peggy on the Wild and Sylvie show on ESPN 1000. He said he got his opportunity because he was a system guy. He knew the system like the back of his hand. What he wished that he would do, or what he wished that he had done, was do what he did best while knowing how the system would be there to back him up. That's where I need Justin Fields to get to, because the first thing I said coming into the season was, don't sit here and try to force him to be something he's not. Let him still be the mobile QB. I don't even need, in this game, I don't need Justin running 30 times. I need Justin running 10 for big yardage, maybe.
Look, in the words of the great Michael Corleone, all I want is a guarantee.
There's a guarantee.
What I want is to see the New England offense against New England and how we were against Miami last year, where we putting up 34, we putting up points. I want to see RPOs. I want to see all these options, and I want to see Roshan. I want to see more Roshan.
Oh, you want to see how much Nagy actually is still a part of that Chiefs offense? So we've seen almost no running, right, from the Chicago Bears. Rush attempts, rushing first downs for both teams, 13. Passing first down, surprisingly enough, for both teams, 21 for the Bears, 20 for the Chiefs. Hold on, though. I gotta find rushing touchdowns on the season. 2. Both teams. Like the Chiefs offense and the Bears offense is so ridiculously similar right now. It's actually hilarious. And it's also scary because it just makes me go, oh God, is Luke Getsy just Matt Nagy in fatter clothes? That's how I feel about it right now.
I think the
yeah, talking to the mic there, Ringo.
Yeah,
he like looking at the phone.
I think the thing that we got to take into account is like, I mean, it's still the Chiefs. They look like they have weapons that are trying to get it together, because I feel like like week 1 they was obviously trying to get Kadarius Toney the ball.
Yeah. Week 2 too. I mean, he got 5 targets and caught all of them.
Obviously, we saw what happened with that, but now they look like they're trying to make a shift. I said shift
to
to Sky Moore. So I mean, look, they obviously got some struggles, but I mean, I think it's easy fixes too because I mean, Jones was out that first week as well as Kelsey.
Yep.
Kelsey went on the Pat McAfee show, said he's 100% ready. I mean, so look, I'm looking for him to have a big game. I'm looking for the offense as a whole to kind of step up. But my thing is, like this week, even if they lose, Justin has to go out and ball because if he doesn't, and then you're saying that this
all that talk just gets louder
with the defenses that are about to come up. Like at this point, it's like okay, and legit that one clip we seen of them hugging at practice. That was that one clip in the in the Last Dance when they was talking about Doug Collins and Mike hated each other, and Doug was like, "Hey, come here, Michael, give me a hug." Like, hey, bro, don't force it.
They did hate each other by that point.
Let's go out and play.
But you know what?
Just play.
Here's the thing, though, right? Hate isn't a bad thing. This sounds crazy to say, right? Hate isn't a bad thing, though, if you can use it in the right way. Tom Thibodeau and Joakim Noah and Derrick Rose all hated each other. Why? Because at every practice, Derrick Rose is sitting there, Tom Thibodeau is sitting there running these guys to death, and they can't stand them. But you know what it did? It pushed those guys to greatness. The question is, can you turn this hate into greatness?
It ended their careers early, though, but it's okay.
I mean, no. For Derrick Rose, his career's still going.
No,
for Joakim Noah, hey, listen, for Joakim Noah, that's them French tennis shoes that he was wearing, LaCroix or whatever them joints was, bro.
Shoes,
bro. Hey, that man had plantar fasciitis.
I don't know what that was.
Hey,
he
was wearing real tennis shoes on the court, bro. I was like, hey, bro, you supposed to be backhanded with those, bro. But no, like,
I get your point, though.
Sometimes, like, listen, like nobody liked Ditka, but you respected him. There's times people don't like Belichick, but you respect them. The thing is, can you turn what you have in this moment into okay, I respect y'all. I understand what we're going to do, and boom, let's go out here and actually make some plays and win games. And I said this yesterday on the show. You know what changes all of this? This whole week, this is rock bottom for the Bears, right? Is this the worst Bears week?
Is it?
This might be the worst Bears week we've ever had.
No, we've had plenty of bad.
No. Like,
oh, you mean like national?
I'm talking about like national. Yeah. Is this the worst Bears week we've ever had?
This could be up there.
It's got to be this and Sam Hurd, right?
Was that? Yeah. He was.
But Sam Hurd was just like
he was just a free agent player. That he didn't even. That was like before the season started. I thought. Right?
Was it before the season? I thought it was during the season.
It was like
maybe it was training camp.
It was so early, and then he was out of there.
But you didn't care, right? Like it was this week has literally been rock bottom for the city of Chicago and the football team that represents it in the national media. Right. And you know what? All you can do, you literally have no choice but to go up from here. If you find deeper than this, you're digging.
No. You're here. There's this. And then there's
right. Like that's where the Bears are right now, bro. So I mean, listen, you have to find a way to go out there and get the job done versus Kansas City. And realistically, Justin Fields has so much pressure on him. Why? Because of the statements that he made. Now, I understood those statements, but the national media does not. And so that pressure is there no matter what. I understood that when he said it was coaching, that all of a sudden everybody just cuts that part. They don't listen to the part right after where he goes, well, yeah, they're sending in the play and that's their job, and I'm trying to do it perfectly. When you see some of these plays, bro, it makes no sense. You literally see Justin Fields on an RPO, right? He snaps the ball. He's got to make the decision to throw the screen pass, hand the ball off to Khalil Herbert, or take the football off himself. He's peeking to the right. He comes back to the middle. He's got a blitzer coming to the left. He's got to figure out now, but while the blitzer's already here now, blitzer's right here now, all of a sudden, he's got to figure out over here, all right, I'm back. Oh, snap, it's a dude in my face because the left tackle is dead, basically. So now I just got to go, right? Like you're asking him to do a lot. Now, it doesn't excuse him on his misses. But I do understand the point that he was saying. I'm trying to execute these perfectly. And so I'm staying in these moments too long to try and play out the play as it would on paper. But guess what? Football's not played on paper.
Well, the problem is that he has a history of holding the ball. So you're trying to make him sit in the pocket to process. So it's like if he He already has. That's an issue that he has.
Yeah.
So I don't know why this is so hard to not be able to scheme for your talent. To me, he's no different from Vic or even Donovan McNabb. McNabb used to be juking cats. He used to be moving.
Yeah, but the tough part about looking at them old quarterbacks is them was great for their era.
No.
Donovan McNabb is a terrible quarterback in today's day and age.
No, Randall Cunningham,
Terrible.
Michael Vick, all those dudes were running all over the place,
Yeah.
right? They eventually slowed down. The game came to them, is my point.
Yeah.
So the game has to come to him. You can't force it.
I agree with that.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I will say, yeah, I will agree with that. Definitely to the Vic point. But that's why I was kind of telling you when we was talking about this in the group chat. Like there has to be like a 4 to 6 plays that he can go to. I'm not saying that the plays are going to be. I'm not saying that these plays are going to be bona fide touchdowns.
Yeah.
But these are at least going to get me at least to the point where we're not in these 3rd and 15, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 8.
Well, but what puts you in those?
Be in 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2s.
I'll tell you this right now. There's 2 things that put you in that position, though. Agree the pressure that's on the Bears, right? The pressure that's been on Justin Fields, him holding the football too long. He's taken 10 sacks on the season for 69 yards. Nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not good. You've gone backwards 69 yards. That's not good, right? Yeah. And then the other stat is penalties right now. Chicago Bears have 12 penalties on the season. That was a lot of T's in that. I emphasize that. Penalties. That's how it's spelled too.
We should write out all the words. You got a couple.
Hey, shut up.
The Pat dictionary.
I can say penalties. Now the other one. Yeah, I mean, shut up. I don't want you keep your mouth shut.
My other thing is
hold on. The other part, 12 penalties on the season for 89 yards backwards. That's how you start 3rd and 15. That's how you start 1st and 11 on a screen pass that actually goes downfield.
Dude, I was at the game. That's all we kept saying. Like, don't throw another goddamn screen pass.
He threw 3 of them in a row.
We were in the end. I was at that end zone. Like, it's like the dude caught it right there. I was like, that's what they get. I was like, that's what they get. I'm out of here. Let's go. I'm not sitting around for this trash. Let's go. This is so bad. Like, creativity is also lacking. So someone has to get creative. Like, whether it's Fields or Getsy, someone's got to break.
Well, I think that's the fix, though. That's the part you got to get to, right? Luke Getsy clearly has a lack of creativity.
Sounds like Nagy.
But here's the thing.
Find it.
Clearly has a lack of creativity, but to Getsy's credit, how many times did we say that guy's open? That guy's open.
True.
That guy's open.
That is
right?
True.
So there's a lack of creativity, but we're seeing guys pop open.
It's a 50-50.
On the flip side of that, Justin Fields is one of the most creative players in the NFL, or was. Let's hope he can get back to that.
Right.
But clearly he has issues always hitting the open guy. You have to meld those 2 together. I can't sit here and murder Luke Getsy all week on you're calling 3 screen passes, which is egregious, and not look at Justin Fields and say, hey, when that play broke down and you saw them all break toward the screen pass immediately, why didn't you take off?
You know what? To your point, if the screen is the check down, which is what we've been asking for, that's the check down part, not the first option. You're not hitting your first option if you're hitting.
Your screen's your first option on the screen because you're pulling your entire offensive line to go block.
If you do like a halfback where he drops off as a safety valve, right? Yeah. But you like we've seen what's the name hitting across the middle, and they he didn't hit him.
It's an RPO alert.
But the whole point is there's safety valves for him.
Yeah.
And that's all I want. Either run RPO out, run off to the side, whatever, and you got someone to dump off to. You got 2 tight ends.
But I think that the thing is too, right? Like there's a portion. Here's the thing with all the great QBs. You got your system, right? You've got your system. And there are guys that can deviate from that system and just make something happen. But they know that the system is there when they need it.
Right.
So for me,
it's like the triangle.
When you get Getsy, when Getsy calls that RPO where you got to sit here, which almost never you want to do with a quarterback, right? But he's looking right, looking left, and then he's got to figure out what's going on forward. When he calls that, Justin Fields has to get to the point where he goes, okay, I'm only looking right. Because for my game, I can get away from what's coming to the left. If that's not there, I'm either handing it off or I'm taking off immediately. I'm not looking left.
I got it, Pat. He needs to get a bandana or a headband. He's got to put Roselle on it and go full McMahon. Because that's all McMahon would do, right?
There's no deep option on our screen passes, though. There was always a deep route.
He's like, why are you telling me to run up the middle all the time? He's like, why did you do that? Well, that's because Galt was open. I threw it to we're supposed to score, right? Why are you mad that we scored?
It is wild how many times he actually did that. McMahon literally would just be like, F the screen pass. The deep route's there. They playing up. Why? Walter Payton.
Halfback up gut. He's like, but they're all stacking the box against Walter. I'm going to throw to the open guy. What did you do that for? Because he was open.
But I think that's the part, right? That's the part where you have to figure out the perfect mix between your OC and your quarterback. And it's not impossible for the Chicago Bears to get there. It seems like it is at this point. Why? Because we're 0-2 and the offense has been completely inept. But I think that goes to Justin Fields' comments on I'm playing like a robot.
Yeah.
But the only thing that it really says to me is that there's really no dialogue right now between I shouldn't say any dialogue, but I don't think there's much conversation happening because
conversation with what?
Like as far as like, okay, like this is what I'm seeing, these plays aren't working, and I'm not talking about with just Justin and Luke. I'm talking about with some of the offensive players as a whole. We've seen the clip. With the Devin White and Levante David was like, yo,
they're not using you right.
They're not using you right,
Yeah.
and DJ's talking about some. Tell me about it. I legit think that for them to have a great rapport, you gotta trust your guy to essentially if you gonna run him and he gets hurt.
But I think
if you're gonna run him and he gets hurt, so be it, because at the end of the day, they can be able to say, hey, I'm the head guy. I checked out of this.
Yeah.
This is the play I made. If it worked, it worked. If it didn't, it didn't.
I like Kizo Infinite's comment. Like, I think he said, I think this could be the upset of the week. I think Vegas and betting politics. The world knows KC going to destroy us. I think J-Dot runs for 80+ and makes it hard for KC. The defense not all that anyway.
We ain't been looking at the same defense.
Listen, if Justin Fields, I will say this. If Justin Fields stands in the pocket, we're cooked. Because Chris Jones is back. He's been back for a week.
George Karlaftis looks.
Chris Jones has been back for a week. He's got a sack and a half.
And we have no left tackle.
And George Karlaftis has gotten home in both games. George looks
Justin's gonna take at least 2 sacks in this game. He's gonna get sacked. Like that's a given, right? But the thing is, right, like you can't have the strip sack moments. You can't have the moments where he's spending too much time in the pocket. And I think the difference is, right, realistically, if Justin Fields, I said this before the season started, and it's why I literally was like, come on, guys, like you can't put this guy in a box. If he uses his legs, defenses are worried about him.
Yeah.
And I'm not even just talking about using his legs to like take off for a 60-yard run and do something magical. If he uses his legs to literally just, okay, I got to roll out right here because the pocket breaks down. Now the defense starts to play up. Boop, Cole, you over the middle. How about you throw a block, by the way?
I don't even see why this is that hard. To me, last year, he plays like he plays. We have more talent to actually catch the ball, maybe even create like double, like before they would just double like Cole Kmet, right?
Yeah.
Or they would double or shade off to Mooney because this to take away his main options. So that would let who was Dante Pettis and all those guys kind of creep in there.
Mm-hmm.
As much as Claypool has been like, he's still a talent. And then we got DJ Moore. And is Mooney playing this week?
Mooney is good to go. Mooney's a full go.
We still got these guys with 2 stinking tight ends. That's like, so if he could play like he did last year, the defense is, to me, a peg better than what it was last year. So we still need the offense to carry this whole game regardless. The engine is this man right here. You got to let this dude do what he's got to do.
Yeah.
So it's just irritating to watch this.
But I think here's the thing, and look, it's not right. It's not the. I'm not guaranteeing a win. I'm not saying that the Bears are not in an uphill battle, but the part that can change really, really quickly is Justin Fields moving out of the pocket when he feels the pressure coming. That can change quickly because he's got that sense.
What I would hate too is that because money is still a factor when it comes to all this, right? And what are his because he said he's thinking he wants to be a 4,000-yard receiver passer this year. Like, you shouldn't be worried.
Still on pace to do that, by the way.
Still, right. 200 yards. Yeah, he actually is
still on pace to do that.
But the mentality is that contract is going to be coming soon, right? So instead of him just being the best player that he is, that's why Lamar Jackson they're giving him so much crap, right? He thinks his value is this. The Ravens want to pay him that. Yep. And so he has to settle for that dollar amount. But Mahomes was running a lot, but then he backed it up with the passing. So it's like there's some of that too motivated about my stats.
I think the difference is, though, right? I think the difference is, and this is what I want everybody to understand. This week isn't happening. This week that we've had right here isn't happening if we win.
Yeah.
It's not. Well, everything that goes on with Allen Williams, you know what the storyline around it is? They're winning in spite of everything that's happening behind closed doors. They're persevering. Yeah. They overcame a game where they're DC. And realistically, right, if we win the Tampa game, the defense gave up 20 points and you overcame, went down the field, scored a touchdown, win the game. Right? That's the storyline if we win. The Bears persevered to a win and the defense looked better because they lost. The week just keeps getting worse. We're going downhill. We got more to talk about. I can't wait to get to the Friday free-for-all because we got more to talk about on that side with what the Bears still got going on this week.
But what I want to see is that I want to see him mad. I want to see Fields. The leader. Who do we talk about? The best player, sometimes the leader, not always the case. The best player needs to be the leader because they know that that's the guy that can deliver.
Yeah.
And I want to see him mad. I want to see him take control. And maybe this is that point, like, all right, stop trying to be the good robot guy. No, F this. Like Peyton Manning was like, this is whack. Even Peyton Manning, the nice guy.
But you need that other guy, right? For Peyton Manning, there's Jeff Saturday.
Yeah.
There's the dude that's going to get you there. But that's the question mark that I have. Your two top players, and this is very right, Bulls light. I love that they're friends. But DJ Moore got to go, hey, you got to be him. What are you doing? We got to wake up. We got to get this thing going. And if it's not DJ Moore, just somebody. Chase Claypool go over to him. Somebody on the offensive line go, heck, Darnell Wright. They say that you're the prick that we needed. Go be that. Go look at your quarterback and tell him, get his head out of his what, and fire him up. You know what I mean? Like, for Peyton Manning, there's your Jeff Saturday. For Tom Brady, there was your Bill Belichick, right? Like, there's always that guy. Yeah, Julian really wasn't saying too much time. Julian would say stuff. Tom be like, shut up, Julian. You got it. Red gloves. Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you.
We don't have those many
Julian
leaders.
Edelman's Bill Belichick is one of the most elite impersonations I've ever seen in my life, and it makes me laugh so much.
Actually, no, the new guy who I think is that other dude that should be it, freaking Roshan.
I mean,
he only averaged 8 yards a carry in that game.
He's only averaging 8 to 10 yards a carry.
He only averaged 8 yards a carry in that. But that goes into it, dog. That goes in. That's what pisses me off. You're talking about the politics of football,
right?
Roshan Johnson isn't the storyline. It's got to be Justin Fields. And I say all that to say what I was alluding to. If you win versus Kansas City, this week doesn't exist. Yeah. You want to shut all of this up? Win versus Kansas City. This week doesn't exist.
Right. I agree with you.
Realistically, we'll be on Monday. We'll be like, hey, what happened with Allen Williams? I don't know. Hey, man, we still out here though. We killing the game. We beat the Chiefs.
Sure did, right?
You know what I mean? Justin Fields, because the biggest storylines from this week is Justin Fields saying
kid lies.
I mean, the biggest storyline right now is Justin Fields saying that he felt like a robot. Basically, everybody saying that he called out coaching. Braxton Jones going down. That was supposed to be our top 2 stories the whole week. And then the Allen Williams stuff pops up. We're like, oh snap, what's going on? Now we got to go to, and you know, all that went into that. We talked about that. But all of that, it's literally just, oh, Justin called out his coach. It worked.
Just give us
like if you win, Justin called out his coach. Oh, it worked.
I want a dub, man.
I mean, listen, realistically, I don't think the Bears will win, but I think as a whole and the entire fan base and as a city, we need to see some improvement from the offense. Some type of consistent improvement, because I'm tired of 6 for 6. And then we come back, and now Claypool and DJ Moore are standing in the same spot, looking at each other like, who shot John?
I agree, kid, with your comment.
I don't know that they got to get it. They got to get it together. Can they? Yes. Will they this week? Probably not.
I think that's the tough part about the Fields comments, right? Like the Fields comments it's not a 1-week fix. The Fields comments are over the season fix. By the time we get to week 8, if the Fields comments prove true, we look back at this point and we say this was a turning point for you. But I mean, like, I don't believe that you can just flip it in one game like that and everything that you've prepared this entire season is out the window.
I don't think it's like that. It's just that he's over analyzing and over like processing.
I mean, I think we all saw that though.
Yeah. So he's going to use the same schemes. It's just pick the stuff that really works for what you want. I don't know if it works about putting the field in half, and because defensive coordinators are smart enough to figure that stuff out. But I think what he needs is the pocket for what he wants to do. He can't just stand there, because it's evident that he can't necessarily stand there and just hit those, you know. There's times where he can throw a dart. Yeah. I mean, he can hit him.
Bro, that pass to Claypool is crazy.
He can do it.
That was crazy. Bro.
Dart. He can do the dart. Okay, we need a sound effect for that.
I got you.
He's a personal sound effect. That's his sound. It's his sound. We have the real guy.
Real person. Wheel him out.
I got you. That's mine.
We need to get that TM.
We
need to get that TM.
We actually do. We do.
But no, I think here's the thing too, right? Like I want people to go back. That play that everybody killed him for this week. Go back and look where his eyes are. And this is the one adjustment that I really, really want Justin to make. On that play where the 3 guys come open, right? You have, I think it's Tyler cutting across underneath, Roshan going down, Cole cutting out, right? Look where his eyes are. Cole Kmet goes out to the flats. He looks immediately at Cole Kmet. Cole Kmet's your one on this?
Yeah.
There has to be moments where you go to the play and you look at the line and you go, all right, this is my read. My best receiver's over there, though. I'm going to look at my best receiver.
I think the one.
I think also Luke Getsy, stop making DJ Moore the 3rd read on every play, bro.
What I love is that there's accountability that the national media is putting on the Bears. We have not had this type of media scrutiny since that man's been here. Mm-hmm. Outside of like Trubisky getting drafted, and then it turns into the Pat Mahomes thing. But the media believes in this guy.
Yeah.
So like it's like they want him to win.
Yeah.
So I love it. Like someone's going to be accountable, because now how many times are they calling these Bears organization now? Like trash organization. They don't know what they're doing. Like they're getting embarrassed every week now.
I will say this: how they've handled so many of these different situations is idiotic. Like they don't. Like I'm not going to lie to you. Like how they've handled so many of these situations is absolutely idiotic. The Nate Davis situation.
Yeah.
Why is there ambiguity? You don't have to tell me somebody's passing away in his family or somebody's on hospice. I don't need to know details. You know what you say? He's dealing with a family issue. If after that somebody want to come up to you and be like, why he ain't playing? Yeah. What are you, a douchebag? All right, he's dealing with a family issue. How they dealt with the Allen Williams situation, I think maybe is more of a business type situation. But I think it's one of those things where you immediately make the move to say he's stepping away.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to see, man. We got to see if leadership is going to improve, if the quarterback play is going to improve. It's ugly out here, boys. It's real ugly out here right now. And I think that, listen, the Bears managed to finish off a week of ugliness with the perfect way to keep it ugly, right? Let's jump into the Friday free-for-all because realistically, the first story may be the greatest story.
Oh, shoot.
From the Chicago Bears that I've seen in a while. Not going to lie to you. Hold on, let me pull up the iCloud here. I got to, dang it. I hate, bruh. But why I can't just be on my, because it's not a Mac. Shut up, Joel.
Yeah,
Shut up, Joel.
Wait.
No, I don't want to hear it from you. I don't want to hear it from you. No. This is this is amazing because the Chicago Bears, in a week that included nothing but turmoil, managed to get robbed